they need to have that on the show to some degree, and that whether people want to say they like it or not, you want to see that shit. So that's what you get. So you need someone to do those things. I'm not a great fan of Lisa Barlow.
A lot of people don't like her either.
It's just, I think it's just the delivery. It's the delivery of everything that is kind of bad for me. I'm like, oof,
You
yeah,
know what the thing is, though, if you look at it like they're in their fifth season, like this is other than Bronwyn and Mary, I guess, sat a season out, but it's all OGs. Well, not Angie, but like that's where you realize how much this show is succeeding because they're in year five and
yeah.
they're not getting rid of Heather, Whitney, Mary, Meredith, Lisa. All these OGs are going to
Oh,
come back.
Meredith,
Yeah.
Meredith. That one is a little crazy too.
I mean, there are people that don't like her too. I mean, I'm just like intrigued by just the whole, she's like Erica, like the way they just are deadpan. She's just deadpan, monotone. The whole family is monotone. I'm just like, I'm just like amused by it.
Yeah, I saw the one part where she went up when they both have a bath product. Am I getting this right? Am I remembering this
Hmm.
right? Okay, they both have. I can't believe like we talk about this shit. But anyway, it's fun. So they both have a bath product, and Meredith was pissed that Whitney was starting a bath product. Did I get that right? Because I was like, half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who does she own bath product world that no one else can do something?
This is why it's hilarious. I'm like, this is classic Housewives. Like, we are truly fighting over bath products, and it's so entertainingly.
Yeah, yeah. That that for me, I was like, okay. That really funnily, I was like, I gotta turn this off. Like I've been doing so much amazing stuff, and I'm like, I'm going back down the shitter. I gotta turn this off.
It's bringing you into a black hole,
Yeah.
right?
And I want to go in the black hole to stop thinking about all the other things. It's kind of, my husband plays Call of Duty when he wants to go in the black hole and not think about anything.
You
And I
watch
turn on
Housewives.
yeah, he goes out, he plays Call of Duty and I watch Housewives and I don't think about everything else.
That is what Housewives will do to you.
Yeah.
But it's true about Vanderpump too. Like when you look back at something, I don't think you miss it. I think you look at it like those poor people. They have to like fight over.
Yes.
And I don't mean like financially. I just mean like, oh God. I mean,
Oh God, what a
I'm like, she's the executive producer on a show where every single person is, they were just late 30s and 40s, but they're about to be like 20s and early 30s. These people all work for me. I'm their boss. I actually could
yeah,
fire them. I'm the executive producer and I don't have to, no one's going to speak back to me. I mean, I'm literally
exactly.
the boss. Like
Right.
what a dream job. And by the way, the show is actually called Vanderpump Rules. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think she misses it. I think she looks at it like, why would I ever go back to this?
She wouldn't.
She wouldn't.
I don't think Renna would either, do you? I mean, I have
Well,
no clue. Oh, you know something.
When I ran into Rinna, I told you when I was texting you, when I
Yes.
ran into her, look, again, she knew who I was. So you always have to take it with some grain of salt of like, I have a microphone in front of me and are you this, but she's, because I said, I don't know if I asked her, she brought it up, but she said, I would never go back. And I think I said like, really, Lisa? I did. I said, really,
I
Lisa,
believe
come
her.
on. I said,
No,
come
I
on.
believe her.
And she said, like, look, I'm just thinking it's $5 million. She said, okay,
Oh,
David.
well then,
Of
okay,
right.
sure.
She said, of course, like there is a
Yeah,
number. There's always a number.
sure.
She's like, but my number, they would never in it like this lifetime be able to. So I'm thinking it's 5 million. I'm just making that up.
No, she'd go back for less than that, but still.
But you know what I mean. And she said,
Yeah.
listen, I mean, the thing about her is, which I do give her credit for, is these housewives that are, I mean, you're here because we're friends and we're talking. You're not here every day, but these housewives that, and you're also talking about it. You're not like invested. You're not angry. There are these housewives that are angry and talking about it every day or every other day for years. Like Rinna really has, I mean, it's a real thing. If you look on her Instagram, it's not just an agent. I mean, she now has a modeling booking agent. She is like working. She is
That's awesome.
working.
That's
Like
awesome.
It's crazy. It's a real photo.
Who would
She's
have
like on the
ever guessed at that age had like, and she was never,
never.
that was never her career anyway. But she's being booked because she's Rinna.
Hmm.
They're not booking her as a model. They're booking her because she's Lisa Rinna. She's a
Yes.
personality. I mean, she's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. She's beautiful. She's like in phenomenal shape. I get it, that for sure. But she's being booked because of who she is and what, and what she stands for. And like, yeah. So, I mean, that's from the Housewives. That the Housewives built that, Melrose Place or Days of Our Lives or whatever soap opera didn't build that.
And she said to me when I ran into her, she said, "Look, I am so grateful.
Yeah,
Like she's not bitter.
no,
I also think she's the type, like, I do think this, like, when you work somewhere, like, I've always been this way. When I worked there, and granted, I'm an entrepreneur and I never should have worked anywhere, but like when I did, I gave it my all. And
sure,
things that really kept me up at night, if it was gone the next day and the job was taken away, I was like, I will no longer think about this. Like, I got
right,
fired from jobs and I was like, okay, well, like, I'm not invested. Like, now there's no
right,
salary. I'm over it. I
right.
really do think, I think that's Rinna. I think she really does give her whatever she's in, Days of Her Lives, Melrose, it all. And I think she did the job. It was the job she was hired to do,
Yep,
like to go wild. And isn't that the job of housewives? And she,
100%.
the day it was taken away, which she doesn't really say was taken away. She says she left on her own. I still do not agree with that. See, I'll give her a negative ding. I will. She is like, okay, there's no check. I'm over it. I ain't talking about this shit.
Yeah. I say kudos to her. I think she walked away at the perfect time. And you know, I think that she's a good person, at her core of who she is. And I think that she's, stepped up to deliver for the show and did her job. And I think she did it great for what it was supposed to be. She obviously at times, I will say this though, she did take it too far with things. I would say that to her face. Um, yeah, the Denise Richards thing was not necessary. The stuff with like, the Munchausen, whatever, you know what I mean? That was the show. I mean, give me a break. But when it got into real life things with people, that was not cool. And she did her job and she delivered and she walked away when she wasn't popular anymore and people really wanted her to go. And she's like, okay, fine, F you, I'm out of here. And she built her own thing. And you know what? I give her a lot of credit, and I hope for her sake she doesn't ever go back. I hope she never has to do it because I hope she doesn't need to. If she went back, it was because she needs to. I hope she never needs to go back. That's what I would want to say about that.
I agree. We used to say for a lot that you just didn't recognize her. You know what I mean? But now you
No.
like recognize her again.
Yeah, I mean she's different. Obviously, I don't talk to her, but I would say that based on the fact that she's has her career and she's modeling whatever it is, and she's not taking people down and she's not, you know what I mean, like she's got like some morals and virtue again where there's a difference of right and wrong and she's not hurting people. That's the part I think that for me where it's really hard to draw the line is where you'd say to yourself, yeah, you're doing a show, everyone knows that they're on the show and it's a show and they want to make a show together and make it great, but you also